Good evening, traders. I hope you guys are doing well and good. We're back again with another banger. Like I said, I'll definitely be uploading more videos since I'm back fully. As you can see here, we have NZDUSD, and this is the trade that was sent yesterday as an idea, and today it fully manifested, and we definitely capitalized on it. As you can see, this was the idea yesterday, right? This was followed by the NZDUSD trade. This is the NZDUSD trade that was taken yesterday that I did a full breakdown on, and it also like moved pretty well, as you can see. So this was the idea on NZDUSD on the 45 minutes time frame. As you can see, we had a sweep, we had a break of structure, we had a nice demand level there being formed. I sent it to the group, and as you can see, some of the guys, which one is this? Not this was NZD, this was CAT. This was the NZDUSD trade, obviously, but he executed it using his own view on it, mixing it with bigger time frame. Obviously, Clay is very good with that, and this was the NZD USD trade. Obviously, this was today. The idea was it was sent yesterday. This was today, obviously, and as you can see, we had that sweep, we had that break of structure. Price reached our demand level, but as I said, I have not yet entered, and I will definitely catch it tomorrow morning. Oh, this was still yesterday, right, when it came to our demand level. So tomorrow morning I will definitely catch it, meaning today, right? So I sent out a video of how I want to enter it because Dexter's asked how will we enter this trade. So I sent him my outlook, right, yesterday of how I want the trade to be entered. And as you can see, we have a sweep, we have a break of structure from the demand level that we had, right? We also had our demand level there, right? So let me just do this. Then in the morning, this is how the trade was executed. As you can see, we have our very nice schematic that we outlined yesterday, and we followed the plan. And as you can see, the guys went in here, and the trade was beautiful. It was beautifully executed. They followed through by using their own risk management, by also using their own knowledge of how to execute the trades on their own. Because as you can see, the entries are different entry points because they know exactly what they're doing. They're equipped with the knowledge. So as you can see, right now is just a clean breakdown. I'm gonna do that. As you can see, we have a very clean chart. We have a high here, and we also have our low here, right? So what do we need to do? We definitely need to wait for price to actually come, reach our demand level, like we said yesterday, then come to the upside, take out the opposing high, generate something there, then continuation to the upside, right? So what happened? Obviously, our demand level was reached, and our demand level was mitigated, right? So what are we waiting for? Waiting for price to actually push to the upside, take out this opposing high, then generate something there that we can potentially use to enter our trade, then continuation to the upside, right? So what happened? Price moved all the way to the upside, right? Doing what? Definitely taking out, let me just put these things back here. Doing what? Actually generating all the things that we were looking for. As you can see, we have our very clean demand level there. Or if you want to use a fair value gap, you can also use it there. It's also available. But it depends on the kind of method that you would love to use, that you're comfortable with, because you have to use something that you have studied, something that you have data on, and something that you can use consistently. So as you can see, we have our own very demand level there, and we simply wanted price to actually dip into it, mitigate this demand level, then continuation to the upside, right? So this is how the trade was moving. Obviously, patience has to be there. Just like I was using that analogy I think it was yesterday. I'm not sure because I have classes as well, and I also have to record videos. But I was saying that just like in football, when it comes to trading, you definitely have to apply the same mindset. You have to train every day. You have to apply everything that you were trained. You also have to do what? You also have to use proper risk management, meaning that okay, I can only on good days take only wins. But on bad days, right, I should definitely take a draw. You can always do what? Lose the match, meaning losing the trade. But after losing the match or losing the trade, you definitely need to go back, do your research, find out the main reason why you lost that game, why you lost the trade, right? Then come back with more informed knowledge about how you should try to navigate your way through once you see that kind of problem that you saw yesterday, that you experienced yesterday. How you can maneuver now, because it means you're learning, right? So on a good day, you take your profits. On a bad day, you manage your trade well. Even if it comes back to your entry point, you know that you didn't lose anything. But if it happens that you lose, you have to go back to the drawing board, just like in football. It's either you take a draw, which is 1 point, or you take 3 points by winning the game, by applying everything that you were taught, right? And even if you do lose, it doesn't necessarily mean that your strategy is bad just by one loss. Just like a coach would come with a strategy on how to win, right? The strategy has been working for months or 2 seasons back to back. There's a track record of that strategy working, right? They have proof of how the strategy was working based on the executions they have made, right? So all those executions, all those data proved that this strategy is working. So if it doesn't work, it definitely means that something happened, something that doesn't naturally happen. Maybe you're facing a team that you don't normally play with, and it plays much better football, or it has a much better defense. So it means that it will definitely try to challenge your way of seeing things, try to challenge your strategy, right? So in the market, sometimes the market doesn't move in the way that you would like, right? You've done your research, you have your strategy, you have your edge, you have your risk management, you have all of these things, right? So if you apply them and still lose a trade, you need to go back to the drawing board and see what went wrong, because definitely something went wrong. You might have made a mistake, you might have prematurely entered where you shouldn't have entered, you might have mishandled the trade management. So even in football, you have to say, or you have to see all these things where you have made mistakes, where the players have made mistakes, where the goalkeepers have made mistakes, right? If maybe you changed your strategy in the last minute, because sometimes they do that. Maybe someone got a red card, now they have to come with a way to patch up that space by playing someone at a position that shouldn't be playing. Maybe that led to a loss. So next time they will definitely try to limit making mistakes in order for them to balance everything out, right? So this is how the trade went. Let me just do this. So the trade moved exceptionally well, in my opinion. And as you can see, you have a plan, right? You have a plan, you trade the plan. You do not change your plan in the last minute. You do not try to come up with your own stories as to why you need to enter here, why you need to enter there. No, 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 no. So you definitely have to follow the plan. And if you watched the video up until this point, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your presence. And it feels good to be back. It feels good to be back, man. It feels good to connect with you guys. It feels good to actually be on the charts, communicate, educate, trade, live funds. You see, it definitely feels amazing, right? So this is the recap of the week. This was just this was just an idea of how the trade is going to be entered, and I'm only showing mine. Other guys are very good with trading, obviously, in the group, and they also have their own trades, right? This is the NZDUSD trade, and this is also the NZDUSD trade from last week, right? So this was also an idea. It ended up being a break-even trade. As you guys know, I don't share all the trades that were break-even. As you can see, we also followed everything here. There was an order block. There was it got mitigated. There was a sweep. There was a break of structure, and we had a nice demand level. Price did come to our demand level, just that it kept playing there, so it ended up being a break-even trade. Right? It moved all the way to the upside, at least up until this point. Then it came back up down to actually take out at entry. So as I was saying, on a bad day, make sure that you get yourself a draw. meaning you don't lose anything, right? Your mental capacity is still there with the draw. So that's just how we did it. That's how we trade. I think this is actually the first time showing you guys how our trading community looks like. The paid one, obviously, the VIP one. This is how we trade, and this is how everything is set up, right? We have the resources, we have the educational charts, which is this with the educational content. We have market views, we have trade breakdowns, we have signals. We cancelled this a long time ago. Obviously, signals do not work, especially if you're running a community where like some people are working, some people have projects, some people have family matters, some people, you see, so you'll give out a signal at your appropriate time and some people will not catch it. So it's much better to trade the way that we trade, where we send ideas to the people that wants to learn, people who do not want to be spoon fed. So that way they will definitely see how to trade, how to apply what is being taught, and how to actually see the market with their own eyes, using the knowledge that we have and the knowledge that they have experienced while trading with us, and the knowledge that we have taught them. So it is much better that way. I believe it is much better that way because we have seen so much progress with the way we teach, with the way we show people, and with the way we implement all the things that have been taught. Because we teach, then we apply with you on the student chart. As you can see, this is a student chart. So that's how we trade, basically. So if you've been watching up until this point, thank you so much. I've been meaning to cancel the video, but thank you so much for watching, and I really appreciate you guys. So yeah, have yourself a wonderful night. For my religious brothers and sisters out there, please don't forget to pray and worship and read the word, because that's important. That's the most important thing that you need to do. As you can see, I'm speaking to my religious sisters and brothers, right? Because I understand that some people have different religions. So yeah, hopefully you guys watch this video, you learn something, and if you have questions, please send me a DM. I would really appreciate that. So yeah, peace out guys. Thank you so much for watching.